Greetings and salutations, everybody. Happy Thursday.
Happy Thursday.
Sarah and I, or me and Sarah, however you want to say it. Me and Sarah,
You got
Sarah.
it right the first time.
Oh, okay. Are you good with English?
Grammatically, I'm average.
Me, not so much. Not.
Well, I got my paper whenever I would turn in my English papers, it would come back and it looked bled on. so
Wow.
many so many corrections. And
Oh, yeah. English was my least favorite. My least favorite subject. Let's go ahead and say hi to everybody.
I see trending live TV and trending and Buddha.
Yeah.
Fresh and Fire, Odom, Odog,
You've got
Jamia,
South Florida sunshine.
South Florida Sunshine. I hope you're feeling better. Yeah.
Let's see. Fresh and Fire. Passionately Intrigued Arts. Old Dog. You said hi to Jamia.
I said Jamia,
Okay. And then we got
my
Renaissance.
Renaissance grandma. Oh, somebody said I is here.
That is here. That is
That's
Sarah's
my
Clips.
that's my man.
Yeah. Hello, Val Create. How y'all doing? How y'all doing?
Morning, Laura.
Hi, Laura's Garden and More. I enjoyed your live stream yesterday. Thank you for having us over there.
I missed that one. I'm sorry.
It's okay. We can't.
I'm missing live streams all over the place. I've been missing the no life beekeepers and the stream team chatters and the dang it.
I know, girl. I know. Welcome to the club. Welcome to the club.
But life has been lifing lately, and I'm doing my best to just keep up here.
Grand Rising, she said. How you doing?
She said,
So today, y'all, we're gonna be talking all about hydroponic gardening. And if you're not familiar with hydroponic gardening, it is gardening plants without soil. Um, a lot of people were interested in one of our last topics, conversations that we were talking about gardening. So we just wanted to try to find like people in the live stream are hydroponic gardening, the pros and the cons of it. So what do you say, Sarah? Some easier ways of hydroponic gardening because a lot of
well,
people
I was going
aren't
to say less expensive
mm,
because I know I looked into it years ago, and years ago things were more affordable.
mm.
Nowadays things have gotten ridiculous, and so if we can find like thrifty ways to do it.
Right. I'm glad we got Renaissance Grandma and G Mama Grows Hard in that garden up in here because they are
I know
expert.
they know some tips and tricks
So what
in the
makes
garden.
hey David Corey, what's upper?
Hey, Croppa.
Cropper? Look at you getting all familiar with everybody. That's awesome.
I'm I'm I feel like whenever I come in here, it's like wrapping with the quilt. Like a big warm hug from everyone.
Uh, so since I don't know too much about hydroponic. I'm just kind of learning about it as we go. So like what makes it
We're on the same
expensive?
page. I
Is
don't
it
know a whole lot. I just know you can do it.
word up trending live, Tuber chat and hey trending live. And we
Hey,
got Crooked Peach in here. So if you are in or if you are hydroponic gardening at the moment, could you please put a 1 in the chat so we can know who to go to? And if you would like to share more information about it, I'll be more than happy to drop the live. So I believe what makes hydroponic gardening expensive, what is it? The equipment, the what is that called? I don't even know what that's called.
and I'm trying to reach for it. My brain is like, it's there somewhere.
Right. So I don't know. Like I would be interested, like Sarah would say, but like I would need a more affordable way. Do you necessarily need to have what is that piece of equipment called? If somebody can help us out, the part where you
Well, the Arrow Garden.
the arrow guard. There we go.
Yeah, that's a unit that you can. Yeah, that's a hydroponic gardening system.
What's up, coolest gamer on the block? And Passion Treats Art said hello to everybody. Can't speak to everybody collectively. In the middle of Gold Twist, listening and lurking in the bushes. Can't come up though. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Is it required to hydroponic garden for the people who are in the live stream who are possibly able to help out? Also, if you are wanting to ask questions as well, put them in the chat and we can try to answer them. Is it possible? Okay, hydroponic is the name of the system. Is it possible to, thank you, Renaissance Grandma, to, what am I trying to say? An alternate way of hydroponic gardening besides buying the hydroponic system? I think that's what me and Sarah want to know. What's something more affordable?
You know, like, can you buy some good strong totes and PVC pipes and that kind of stuff?
Right.
Is there a certain kind of thing you absolutely have to have for it, or can you substitute?
It's okay, Crooked Peach. It is fine and dandy.
Morgan Peach, sis.
And with that, I'm trying to think. Can you hydroponic garden without the arrow garden? Thank you, almost home said with Janet.
Janet.
That's what we want to know. Like, do you have to buy certain seeds for the arrow garden and special? On top of buying the arrow garden, do you have to buy other special things for it?
Like, is there certain sponges? Because the roots got to go somewhere, right?
Right. I feel like we're playing charades.
Well, and I can't not talk with my hands either. If you tie my hands down, have a hard time communicating.
I think that was a Brazilian dad was talking about the other day. You can use a bucket or a tote.
Okay, yeah. I was thinking you don't have to have any fancy specialized things.
So
like in beekeeping, you can make your own boxes. You don't have to buy those fancy boxes.
Okay. So I'm familiar with, well, I understand the method of, hold on, Jigs, let me drop the link in the chat. I don't know what's going on, Jigs. There you go. Okay, there's the link, G Mama. Okay, girl, we over here struggling. We're like, what's that thing?
Give me my words back today.
Like the bucket and tote method, bucket and how to do it without the arrow garden. Can somebody further specify how to do that?
My Renaissance Grandma has a video.
You can substitute, sir. I have a video making my own hydroponic. Okay.
So we can drop the link.
The link. Jigs, if you in here, I dropped the link for you too, sir.
Hey, girl, dad, bronze.
Is it more for the people who make their own? I have so many questions. Is it more easier to hydroponic garden versus like outdoor gardening and container gardening and all that stuff? What's up,
what's the maintenance like? Jags on the move.
Yes.
Oh, girl, dad. Welcome in, and Brian. You don't have any hydroponic garden, do you, Jags?
Nah, just the stuff in the ditch.
So what's the benefits of the people in the comment section? What's the benefits of hydroponic versus regular container gardening and all that kind of stuff? Get G Mama, she's the expert. My arrow garden she got her arrow garden as a Christmas present. I'm going to make one from scratch this weekend though. Hey. What are the tools that we would need if somebody was considering arrow gardening from scratch?
Yeah, let me get my notebook ready.
Okay, the handy dandy. You know, we
get my ink, my notebook. Here we go.
Shout out to 30 plus people in here. We appreciate you being here.
Yes, and thanks to everybody who popped in on my link. On my channel, I mean.
Thank you, Trina.
It's that one. Let me go get my brain off my pillow.
Okay. Thank you, Trinity, for sharing. I appreciate you. We have an angel. Let me give y'all a clue of who's behind the scenes.
I'm on.
The usher board
Come
of
on.
gardening community. No, nobody has nothing. We got the one and only Chief Mama goes hard.
Gee, Mama, good
Garden.
morning.
Hey, everybody.
Y'all such a great. I
What's
want to.
going on, y'all? I can barely hear you. Can you hear me?
I
I
hear
can
you
hear you.
perfectly.
I also hear some feedback.
I think that's Jag.
Yeah, it
Hmm.
might be the
Me,
mobile.
it's me.
We were
We're
just
hearing
finding
road
you.
noise.
Yeah. So let me see if I can turn my. Oh, I'm all the way up to the max. So wow. Hmm.
I'm pretty sure that's Jags and his feedback. Let me check something real quick. I'm gonna put him on mute real quick. Is that better?
Okay, so I'll try to answer what I can answer. I have been growing hydroponically for quite some time. I started out with deep water culture, which is where the plant's roots are submerged in nutrients and water, and nothing is on the top except for your media. And the media can range from anywhere from, well, I use cocoa coir or clay balls or hydroton or pebbles or whatever you want to call them. Leca is the term that a lot of people use.
Okay, you're gonna have to go slow with us because we knew.
I
Okay.
can't hear you.
I said you're gonna have to go slow with us because we kind of knew. So what's the purpose of the clay balls?
Clay balls. It's like volcanic rocks that they have cooked in the oven for high pressure, and then they make the rocks out of that. They call it leca, also Leca, or I call it hydroton, Hydroton. They're all the same thing. Clay balls, clay pebbles, leca, hydroton. It's all the same.
Okay.
So that kind of floats on the water.
Yeah, it doesn't. Well, I guess it would float until it got wet, but it's considered a soil medium.
Oh,
You
okay.
know how
That's
you use soil to plant plants? You can plant plants directly into the clay balls or whatever you want to use.
I just remembered we use this stuff for plants.
I can't hear you, sweetie. I cannot hear you at all.
We use that for the pond plants.
Yes,
I had
it's the,
forgotten about it.
it's the same media.
Okay. So
And from me using it for so long, I also pre-soak it twice. The first time I soak it with the hydrogen peroxide, and that'll kill any bacteria or anything on there. Then the second soak, I use pH water, which is, I don't know if you know what pH means.
no,
You know what pH means?
no.
I understand the concept of pH. Is it
Yeah, you
more
have to
alkaline or
know where
acidic?
pH in your water means in hydroponics. That's where you use a meter, a pH meter, and pH, I cannot remember what it stands for, but it deals with the acidity or the alkalinity and how much is in the water.
Yeah,
And it
it's the,
also reads how much food and air and everything is in the water. You can tell the temperature using a meter and all of that.
Okay, so for
But
somebody starting off, like what would we need? Like, okay, like a tote and then the clay balls and just
it would depend on how you are wanting to grow. You would have to research to see if you want to use a machine or if you want to build it yourself. Now you can build you one and it can be cheap. It can be as cheap as a tote. You know those the totes that you buy at the store, the little box totes, as long as it says that it has a certain number, you should know the numbers that you can grow your food in, because all plastics contain a number on the bottom of it with a triangle for recycling around it. And the number that I'm thinking should be odd numbers for edible plants, like 1, 5, maybe 3 or something like that. But if you're getting up into the 7s and the 9s on the bottom, that is not, the plastic will leach into your medium or whatever you're growing in.
okay, thank you, thank you. Welcome in
Mhm.
Arts and Crafts channel. Let me see. Hello, Bronze.
Good morning, everyone.
So we okay. So how will we go about doing the research? I know you said that a couple of times about doing the research. Like, where will we go to find out this information?
YouTube University, because baby, let me tell you, it's a rabbit tunnel. There is a lot of different ways, just like gardening and soil. Everybody has a different method. You just have to find the method that works for you. You can also start out with mason jars.
Really?
Yes, you can use mason jars, and then they have the caps that are made for the mason jars that you can grow plants in, or you can use the net pots, which are pots that have slits or holes all the way around them to go inside of hydroponics. You'll know a hydroponic pot when you see it because it's full of holes all the way around.
Okay.
So
Let's
But
it's like
using a
on-
mason jar is going to require hardly anything but your water and your nutrient solution. You cannot grow a plant in just plain water.
good.
When you see people using these systems and the mason jar technique that I'm talking about is referred to as a Kratky. Kratty. I think that's how you spell it. Kratky. Yeah. But anywho, Kratky involves using just water in the bottom of your mason jar, but at the same time, you have to feed your plant. So now you're going to have to find some hydroponic nutrients. And hydroponic nutrients are water soluble nutrients that the plant can absorb through its roots.
Okay.
So working the nutrients that you use for your garden soil won't work for hydroponics.
I can't hear you, ma'am. I can't hear
You
you.
gotta talk louder for Miss G Mama.
The nutrients that you use for your dirt garden won't work for the hydroponic garden because they're not water soluble.
Yeah, some will, some won't. You have to read your ingredients on your fertilizers that you're using. What I use is a water soluble fertilizer, meaning water soluble, it will dissolve in water and I can use it in soil and my hydroponics. I don't have to buy different fertilizers that do different things because they all do the same thing basically.
So,
But you want to make sure that it's water soluble, and it will say for soil and hydroponics because you cannot use the organic materials like you use for soil. That is totally against the rules in hydroponics. It says organic, and some of the stuff actually is organic, but it's mostly synthetic.
so now I'm confused because I thought hydroponic and air garden was like growing without soil, but now we're talking
It
about
is.
now
It
we're talking-
is. There is no soil involved. There
Okay,
is a
soil balls are
process
like
that I use called semi-hydroponics, where I use a soil medium on the top, and then the bottom, I still have my reservoir with my nutrients in there. But the top is a soil mix. So there's a difference between the soils that you purchase also. When you purchase soil, a soil mix is what you want because it does not have nutrients. And it should not have nutrients because the reason of the word mix is so you can incorporate your own fertilizer. When you buy potting soil, that will have nutrients and everything in the soil. So potting mix, no nutrients, or as they like to call it, dirt. And potting soil has nutrients, including microbes and everything that's supposed to go.
Okay. So thank you, G Mama, for coming up here.
Mhm.
With hydroponic gardening, can you just use regular seeds like you get from
Yes.
the store? Okay. You don't have to
Yes, but the best seeds to use for hydroponics would be a dwarf or a micro, anything small, micro dwarfs. Because if you use a regular seed, okay, so let's take a tomato for example. Tomatoes get huge. You cannot put that in a small arrow garden. It's not going to turn out well for you. Yeah, it's going to fruit. Yeah, it's going to flower and all, but it's the root system is going to make your machine go kaplunk. So what you want is something that does not have a massive root system, which would be your dwarfs and your micro dwarfs. And plus, they only get between 1 and 3 feet tall, where a regular tomato plant can get 6, 10, however many feet they grow up there.
My paper is getting filled up, Sarah.
And also, if you're growing and you do discover that you have a lot of roots and you're using a system like the arrow garden, your roots should be pruned. Yeah, they're delicate and they're the life of the plant, but they need to be pruned because it's also a inhibitor to the growth of the plant, because the roots grow everywhere. It can grow and strangle out another plant. It can grow and get caught into your pumps, and it'll just be a whole mess. So what I do is I root prune every month, and sometimes I go in maybe a couple of weeks after, and I check the roots, because you need to look at your roots to make sure they're not going brown or green or slimy, because that's an indication that something is going on inside your water.
So it shouldn't be slimy.
No, they should not be slimy. Slimy indicates it's starting to get root rot. So you don't want slimy roots, you don't want smelly roots, and you don't want brown roots.
Okay. No,
they can be from
smelly brown.
They can be from tan to I'm gonna say white, tan, cream, and a dark brown, because of the nutrient solution that goes into the tank. But other than that, it should not be no brown. It should not be slimy. None of that.
Okay. Fresh and Fire said also, if you buy pre-made systems, don't fill all the holes with seeds. Too many roots going on down there.
Right. If your machine holds, let's say 12 pods, you should not have no more than 6 to 8 plants in there, because they need room to grow. Okay. And if you can spare it, then only do half, do like 6 and leave the other 6 open, because the leaves spread out depending on how long you're going to leave it in there. And that's another thing too, coming out of the hydroponic system into soil, it's going to shock that plant. So you want to do it while it's small. You don't want to wait for the plant to get big and have a whole lot of roots, because it's going to have a whole lot of shock. So the smaller you plant or up pot that plant that you intend to put in soil, the less shock it's going to have. It's still going to experience shock, but it's not going to have so much shock to go through.
So all this information, Sarah, how are you feeling about making your own arrow garden?
I'm not sure.
It's easy. It's easy to do. I built systems for a long time. It's just what you are willing to do in order to grow.
I have bees to mess with. So
it won't take much time. It wouldn't take time at all. As a matter of fact, as long as you check your pH, you should be good, and your water levels, because they'll basically grow like they're in soil.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's so maybe someday I'll get it set up for something like that. But right now there's too many irons in the fire. I will encourage others to do it though. Yes, try it, do it. Let me know your results.
Yeah, hydroponic growing is faster than growing in soil. That's been proven, not by me, but I know that it does grow way faster than soil.
Reasons I looked into it initially, because hey, if I can grow stuff quicker.
Mm-hmm.
Does it grow quicker with hydroponic gardening?
Yes, extremely faster.
Now you're talking my language, G Mama.
See,
the nutrients go straight into the root system, where it doesn't break down like it has to break down with organic soil gardening. in the soil, the microbes and everybody got to figure out, the roots got to figure out what it wants to eat. While it's in hydroponic, it ain't got no choice but to eat what's available.
Okay. Fresh and Fire said they're bad about trimming their roots, G Mama. That's the reason I haven't done it for a minute. Fighting all those roots took forever. Do you have an easy method?
Yeah, just when you first figure out that you have a lot of roots, and let's say you never checked your machine and, oh my God, I got all these roots down here. You want to go down there and cut everything from around the sides. And you leave the middle, which is the bottom part of the net cup. Put it back in there, come back 2 days later, then you take off the bottom. By this time, you should be able to see your whole net cup, and that your roots would be pruned after 2 days. After the 2 days, there's also going to be new roots forming from where you cut around the sides. So when your root prunes start around the sides, so you can get all the matter from around the sides, then you can put it back in there for 2 days, because you don't want to send it into shock. Because if you cut everything at once, it's going to send the plant into shock, because it's going to be like, oh my God, what's going on? But if you do it and then at intervals, the plant will have time to recover.
Okay. Welcome in, M&T, and TG saying hi to everybody.
M&T.
Hello, M&T.
Hi.
And I can't really see with my glasses on. I don't want to take them off, but yeah. I'll just listen.
So to prevent shock, don't cut them all at once. What you were saying, just cut.
Right. Only do half. And the rule is 1/3 of the root system with any plant. So yeah, just cut off the sides and then let it recuperate, then come back again the next day and cut off the rest. Well, that's what I do. I ain't trying to tell nobody what to do.
Right. Fresh and Fire also said thank you for that tip. She's gonna try that.
Mm-hmm. And also keep hydrogen peroxide on deck, because hydrogen peroxide is that junk, especially when it comes to getting rid of mold and fungus and pests.
And
it's very good.
We wouldn't have hydrogen peroxide without honey.
I didn't hear you.
Hydrogen peroxide comes from honey.
What? I never knew that. That's information for me.
So these honeybees, they just help all over the place.
Wow, that's what's up. So if we do experience the green slime on our roots and everything, how will we? Do we just throw it all away and start over? That's what
No, you can clean it. Matter of fact, that's what hydrogen peroxide is good for. Okay. You remove it from the system and you find a clean container and you mix up. Don't use the hydrogen peroxide straight. And the main percentage at the store is 3%. So you want to work that 3% down to 2 or 1 until you get your unit cleaned out. So you can use the hydrogen peroxide will get that green mold, and it'll get a lot of the fungus off of the plant. So if you soak it in there and then you clean your machine out, you should be good to grow. It'll continue to grow.
Okay, welcome back, South Florida. Welcome back, Jigs.
Had to get some coffee.
Get some coffee.
Let's see you waiting on your sub mode. I
have
no idea what that means.
Good morning, OCD-ish.
Hey, OCD. Yeah, G Mama is definitely fire.
Good morning.
Yes, I feel honored to be in your presence, G Mama.
Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate it. I'm just here helping, talking about what I know. And that's all I can do. I can't tell y'all what Google say. I can Google it for you, but yeah, I ain't got that type of time to do.
I forget to Google it. See, I graduated before Google, so Google's not my go-to.
Trial and error is the best teacher. You have to actually try it before you can say, I can't do it. And then if you try it and it fails, try it again, because it might have been something that you done. And if you try it differently, it'll work out.
So my next question, G Mama, like, because the aerial gardening is so, smaller, like dwarf and micro seeds, is it a limit to like what you can grow? Like, I know you say the tomatoes and
nope, there's no limit to what you can grow, from herbs to tomatoes, just like it says. But what I can tell you is there are better systems out there than the AeroGarden. Okay. The AeroGarden is a name brand, as Mike would say, like Nike.
Okay.
Just because it says that, it's not necessarily the best, but there are better. And my go-to would be the Click and Grow, especially for new gardeners like yourself, Miss T with the T, because with the Click and Grow, there is already the nutrients inside of the sponge as well as the seeds. So you don't have to mix up anything with your plants. You can just put them in there, fill it with water, filtered or distilled, and grow your plants. And they'll grow just like everything. You ain't got to never feed them. You ain't got to do nothing. It worked like that. What's that coffee machine they be putting them plugs in?
I don't know, but
the Keurig, is that's what it's called, where they got them pods and then they put it in there. That's what the Click and Grow is. You take a pod, it's already got the seeds and the fertilizer and everything you need in that pod. You pop it in there and you watch it grow. Period.
So now you're talking, Miss Teasy.
Yeah, you are definitely
AeroGarden. You need to mix up your nutrients. You need to soak your pods. You need to do this. You ain't got to do all of that with the Click and Grow.
So I want to welcome in. We got some questions in here for you, G Mama. So
all right.
Hello.
Hello.
DC Bees wants to know, I'm curious, in hydroponics, are there unpowered systems?
Yes, those systems are called the Kratky, like I was saying. Okay. Kratky. I think that's how you spell it, but Kratky. Yes, you don't have to have any pumps, any air stones. It just sits in the water, but the water has to have nutrients in there. It cannot just be plain water.
Okay. M. Vita Loca, yes, G Mama is an organic. Well, are you an organic grower also? I've heard there's no such thing as true.
Yeah, that's what I say. It's not really, because I live in an apartment, first of all. So I don't have access to trees and grass and all of that. My main compost I'm starting back over with is the bokashi, simply because it's fermented compost versus the regular compost tea that smell like boo-boo. I ain't got that time to do. So, yeah. And I don't have access to all the organic materials, but a lot of the things that I do use, I want to say I look for the sign OMRI. Yeah, OMRI. It's in a little tag that'll be on the fertilizer or the bottle of whatever you're using, and that's about as close to organic as you can get. If they don't have that OMRI sticker, it's all kind of chemicals in there.
Okay. A lot of people are impressed with the Click and Grow. Let me see.
Click and Grow. It starts out 3 pods. I want to say I have the 9-pod Click and Grow, and I've been growing in that for ever since 2018, when I first was like, I need to get me something to help. So
where do you get this from? Amazon?
I'm sorry?
I'm sorry. You get all this stuff from Amazon or?
No, when you buy your units, I would not do Amazon, simply because those are third-party sellers. Because I can take my Click and Grow and go to Amazon, put it back in the box and say, here you grow. And knowing I've been growing in it for all these, because I keep it clean. But if you go to the company Click and Grow website, it'll be better. And yes, they are expensive, but you got to figure what you're getting out of this system.
Okay. Miss T with the T, you look so happy when she talked about that easy system. You darn tootin'. I want want to
Tell them
try
Miss T, easy make you happy.
it does.
Yes,
It really
they
does.
have a lot of easier systems out there also. I'm just favorite to that because this is what I started with and I've tried the others and I'm not really a fan of those well maybe anyway, I'm not a fan of the pods that the Aero Garden use it. I'm just not a fan of those.
Okay. South Florida Sunshine says she wants to try the crack key, but need organic nutrients for it.
Yeah, you can find organic nutrients, but like I said, a lot of them are going to be synthetic. If you use organic, you're going to have a smelly, moldy, all kind of problems on your hands because those products are not meant to be submerged in water.
Okay. Yellow Stay High said, "Thank you for this awesome knowledge."
Anytime.
DCBs, with a powered hydronics, I'd be concerned about power outages, but with an unpowered system, you wouldn't have that issue.
True.
Okay. Let's see. We got TZ. Hydroponics comes a long way in the 4 years. Our first garden in the new house was hydroponics. We made all our grow mediums with totes, buckets, and net pots.
Yes. And it can be done.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I said. You just need to make sure that the reservoir that holds your water and your nutrients is food grade material. You don't want to use any kind of even though they say go to Lowe's or wherever they be going to get them buckets. You got to look at those numbers on there and make sure that it's food grade safe. Because a lot of people also believe that it takes a long time for the plastic that is leaching, meaning they want to buy those cheap containers. It doesn't take long. It doesn't take long at all because you got to figure this is what's holding on to your grow media. And everything that penetrates that grow media is getting into the roots. And what are the roots feeding? The plant that you're about to eat, be it a root or aerial, is still coming in through the roots. So you can continue to take that chance, or you can just go ahead and use something food grade safe.
Okay. Welcome in.
Plastic is feeding you.
If you want free food grade buckets, go to your local bakery and ask, will you please save your buckets?
Yeah.
You'll have to wash them out, but they're free food grade buckets.
Right.
Look at Sarah and the knowledge. Okay, Sarah. Teach us. Welcome in. RLM. Silence is a virtue, which is also Buddha. And DC says, I've looked at the outdoor DIY hydroponic systems built with PVC. Real interested in building something. You think that's a good idea?
Yeah, PVC is what a lot of builders use. And they also are using a new technique called 3D laser printing, I want to say. 3D is something they do on some kind of mold. And that's awesome also because they can create their pots as well as anything that they need to be custom to what they want versus buying it at the store and having to break it down.
Okay. Welcome in, Les Lady Lock 22. Thank you for being here. South Florida Sunshine says she's also not a fan of Aero Gardens either, G Mama.
Right. That's just hype because that's what everybody gravitated to because it was the easiest system that people were, it was getting more exposure, should I say, more advertisement.
Okay. Maybe one day it will be awesome to have a greenhouse running hydroponics.
That was my dream decade
ago.
It
can be done outside. Okay, my phone is about to die.
Don't die on us, G Mama. We need
a charger. And if you,
I don't see it over
here. And if you got a fish tank, that's the easy way of doing it also.
Yeah, that's a different. I want to say that might go under. Okay, y'all. It's a lot of different kind of hydroponic garden out here. I want to say that might be aeroponics, if I'm not mistaken. I can't call it, but it's different than hydroponic and the other stuff that's out there.
Right.
She said, exactly. We did a lot of research before buying our equipment. Research, and some more research.
And right, and don't go cheap just because everybody be like, oh, I don't got that much money.
So I can't go to Dollar Tree.
No.
Okay.
No. Definitely not.
Okay, and this is an investment.
Yes, that's what you got to look at it as. And every time I hear somebody say, "Oh, I ain't got that much," well, I'm trying to do it cheap, I just they just don't understand. Yeah. But they'll get it eventually once them pots start snapping in half, and that's when you're gonna be like, "Oh, I should have got this." And you're going to keep on buying the same thing over and over because you're going cheap versus buying what you need to buy and going and dropping them extra couple coins.
Well, and like we like to say, my friend Lee, buy once, cry once.
That part.
For real. Don't forget about the delis. They have those salads and pickles with sandwiches.
Yeah, pickle buckets and all that. And anything that holds food and is large, it will work. Icing, pickles, whatever they have in those buckets, as long as it's food.
I mean, it'll still smell like pickles, but it's okay.
No, it'll actually dissipate after a while because that's not going to be what's in there for, a long period of time. Once you clean it, it's going to still smell like pickles, but when you begin to use it, it's going to smell go away.
But I wouldn't put honey in a pickle bucket. Because then you'd have pickle honey.
Right.
They
totally understand that.
They said it's called aquaponics in the fish aquarium. So that's
aquaponics. That's exactly what it is when you have fish on the bottom.
And the
plants on the top.
The fish also help you out because them plants that goes to the bottom of the tank, they most definitely gonna bite them off.
Right.
Yeah, because the fish do eat some of the roots on plants.
Yeah. They do the root pruning. How about that?
Okay. Didn't even think about that.
But they also make plants that go into the tank with the fish. So yeah, either or. It's not just, you don't have to look at it as a farm. You can actually look at, well, I guess that's what it would be if you're growing plants and fish together. But you know what I'm saying? Like the big fish farms that be just having fish in tubs. I don't really like that.
Yeah, I mean, you got to clean them, but it's not too awful.
Right.
I use my spatula and just scrape it out and then gone, water, rinse it, good to go.
Right. That's the same thing I had to learn with hydroponics. Algae is going to form. If there is water and there is light, there will be algae because algae is a spore. What do you call those things that float in the air? Is it a spore? I think it might be a spore, but that's what it is.
Spore.
And they come from everywhere. You cannot, what you ain't going to do is control out. Well, yes, you can. You can control it because I can control it, but it should not get as green and thick. Once you see a little hint of green, that's when you know you need to start cleaning. You should not wait until it gets so thick that you got to scrape it off because that's a problem. It stops the roots from, it actually chokes out the roots. Algae will stop it from breathing. And, roots breathe down there in the water. Yes, they do.
Yes. Yeah, plants, they eat light and poop air.
Right.
Isn't it's amazing.
That's one way of putting it.
Was praying for safety. Okay. Stay home, made it home safely. Thank everybody for checking up on everybody in Texas.
Did anybody get power back? Hopefully.
What's that, Sarah?
I said, did anybody get power back? Hopefully.
I'm not sure.
That's all for praying for everybody.
Right. Welcome in pre-retirement days. And it seems like DC is really interested in a greenhouse of aquaponics.
DC has an awesome garden. So
somebody got aquaponics inside of a greenhouse, you say?
He's interested in trying to set something up like that.
Oh, I thought you said somebody had one. Huh?
DCBs, you might want to hook up with Regenerative Wayne.
Oh yeah, Regenerative Life Wayne. He do aquaponics.
He has his inside a building area.
RLM is still without power. Bless your heart for being here without power.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
That's
hang
awesome.
in there till he comes back on.
South Florida Sunshine said, G Mama, have you tried covering the outside of the buckets with a dark fabric?
I do not, because I use black buckets. I use all black buckets. I don't use the only I don't even know what you would call it. Clear, no, opaque, meaning you can't see through it, the white. The only white I use is indoors. I wouldn't use that out. I only use black buckets outside.
Okay.
Okay.
Dark outside, light.
Y'all ain't supposed to be racing on poles now. Oh.
Yes, G Mama, there's a lot of videos on YouTube that has whole aquaponic gardening if anybody's interested.
Right.
David was in here earlier, South Florida.
I think the biggest hydroponic guy is, I can't even think of their name. I want to say he keep on saying Hoocho or Hoochos. And then there's a female, I want to say she called herself the Leca Queen, to which she is, yeah, all of that. So that is mainly the Leca Queen, as her name states, is Leca, the clay balls and pebbles and all of that stuff. It's all the same. And Hoochos is hydroponics, and he's even gotten his own line of pots that he's had created also.
Okay. South Florida. Wow. So even the black buckets get algae?
Yes. Algae is unpreventable. It's going to show up because it's a spore. Just like what's them things that be flying around? Spider mites. You can't see them until they get in there.
Oh wow. Yeah, we're thinking the dark buckets will probably work better.
Yes.
There's another one in Hawaii too, Jigs. Says fresh and fire.
But a lot of people use PVC, and PVC is the white color. So I can't. That's why I just can't say it's not okay when it is okay. I just prefer the black because I can see better on black. Anything that pop up, I'm gonna see it.
Okay. Where do you get your black buckets from?
I want to say it's a bucket company, and plus I've had mine for so long. I think I did get my first set on Amazon as a hydroponic, like a 4. I got 4, and then I got one that holds 21, and that's just the amount of net pots that sit inside of the container. Matter of fact, hold on, I can show you the lids.
Okay. Shout out to the people without power, such as RLM, still here at work. At work, listening in, taking advantage of that electricity there at work.
That's a shame. You ain't got no electricity at home, but they still require you to come to work.
Okay, they're like, hey, we got power here.
I love retirement.
I know you do. I'm not like retired, but I don't have a traditional job, so.
Mike says there was a lot of flooding in Vermont as well.
Okay, they're a little dusty, so I'm gonna show y'all from the bottom.
Okay.
But this would be one that you start seedlings in.
Okay.
And you can get them to go on 3 gallons, 5 gallons, however long you want. And then this one you can grow in, which this is the one that I do grow in, and it has 4. So I'll probably put 2 plants in there, sometimes 1. It just depends on what I'm growing. And then they do make them where the whole center is cut out, and that's for like a bigger, maybe tomato or pepper or something that you want in there. So yeah.
I like that. Thank you for showing us that.
Mm-hmm.
For some reason, I thought they would be smaller.
No, the one for the seedlings is, I want to say that's either a 1 or 2 inch, and then the other one is a 4 inch.
Okay. Okay. Let me see. I used to hate algae in my fish tank. It was a 60-gallon freshwater tank. Had to get a huge lacto system. Stomus to clean it out.
Plecostomus.
Thank you, girl.
I had one too. I had a fish tank with the plecostomus.
And also there are products that you can use to keep your water clean, you know, looking like you want it to look, basically. So that's another thing that would go, because it's not considered fertilizer. It should not have fertilizer in it. The main thing I want to say that's safe for every day is a product called HydroGuard. Matter of fact, that's what I use. I ain't gonna tell you nothing that I don't know. So a HydroGuard and Sledgehammer, because I use a lot of Fox Farm products, and they have a product called Bush Doctor Sludge Hammer. And what that product does is you run it through your system, and it keeps your plants from locking out nutrients. Because it's a lot of salts. Yeah, it's a lot of salts in the hydroponic fertilizers.
Because Stephen just reminded me, we used barley straw to keep the algae from our pond.
Oh, wow. You say barley straw?
Barley straw.
Okay.
Yep. And it did help keep the algae, and there's barley straw pellets also.
Really? Look, that'll be something to do right there. Soak them like some tea, and then you can probably use it like that.
You can try. I mean, would it hurt?
Right.
Southwest Sunshine said Crafty is supposed to be the easier route to DC. And Fresh and Fire wants to know where you got your black buckets from, and Broke is listening while in the garden.
Hey, Broke.
Like I said, it's been years, so I think I got them on Amazon years ago.
And Broke.
It could have been eBay. I think it might have been eBay, because I was on eBay before I was on Amazon.
Do they still eBay? I haven't.
Yeah, I mean, I ain't really no Amazon fan like that, because everybody is a third-party seller. You just gotta be careful who you get your anything from. It may look new in a box, but they probably bought it from somebody, or they've been using it themselves.
Or it doesn't get delivered. That happened to us the other day.
Right.
They said it was delivered, but there was no picture.
Nothing on the
security camera.
Yep, that's the one. Yeah, I can't. So you just got to be careful when y'all doing that online shopping.
Yeah.
Let's see. Anybody else have any other kind of question? I got like 2 pages of notes.
So you're in an apartment, and I was gonna ask, what kind of space do you need for a system like this?
Once again, that's a researchable item, because I went with something that was compact enough to fit into my space. Okay. So you would have to measure, and then you look at the unit that you want, and you see if it'll fit into your space. Mine only takes up a foot, maybe 2 feet of space. Yeah, either one.
Because it's not something that you want to keep outside all the time, is it?
No. Yeah. This is strictly indoor hydroponic gardening. And that's what I was looking for because I'm in a zone where we can be minus 15 degrees in zone 6A. So yeah, I needed to grow year round my lettuce and all of that.
So you can put it in your garage.
In a garage?
Well, she's in.
I don't have a garage.
Well,
I live in
if
an
you had a
apartment.
garage, you could put it in a garage.
Yeah, I don't. It would depend on the garage because a lot of garages are not heated, also.
Yeah.
And it depends on what you want to grow because a lot of things are not, like I said, frost tolerant or cold hardy. And the only thing I'm really growing that I want to grow is my lettuces for sure and my greens. Everything else is a bonus, like the tomatoes and the peppers and cucumbers. Those are just bonuses because my intentions are for green. Huh?
Control the temperature in the space.
Right, right.
We got some more questions for you.
All right.
Oh, let's see. So what was the name of the hydro system you like, G Mama? Sorry, my memory fell out.
It's called Click and Grow. And it's spelled just like that. Click and Grow.
All right. And then DCB said, will artificial light grow algae?
Any light will grow algae, so yes.
Okay. Okay, so TZ's letting Fresh and Fire know you can get the 5-gallon buckets from Uline.
Yeah, that's the name of the bucket company. All right, Tixie, thank you. Yeah, and you want to try to get the well, it depends now. If you're using them for storage, you want a different type of top on your bucket. If you're using them for hydroponics, you want to make sure that the top, you can saw a hole through the top of the bucket because you need to put your net pots and your tube in or however you intend to grow inside of the top of the bucket.
Okay. Welcome back, Crooked Peach.
Crooked Peach.
So what at the moment are you growing in your aero garden, or your not aero garden, but your
my Click and Grow?
Yeah.
I got green, mostly greens. I took all my big stuff outside, so I don't got no tomatoes and stuff.
Okay. Let's see.
And I know y'all see me looking at it. I would take this well, yeah, I got a couple minutes. You want to look and see what you want to see?
Sure, we got about a half hour. Yeah.
You want to see the Click and Grow?
Yeah.
All right, hang on one time. Let me get this together.
She said one time.
Click it and grow it.
Click it and grow it.
It's very intriguing because, yes, it's something I've always been interested in doing. Because growing outside, I got to fight off everything for what I'm trying to grow. I've gotten, these chipmunks have been after my strawberries. I've gotten a few.
Okay.
I should have gotten a lot more.
DC tries to grow 100% US, but that is so difficult nowadays. And Crooked Peach had to take care of some things before the storm. So blessings to you also, lady.
Yes, stay safe.
Don't put anything.
Sorry, I did not know.
Fresh and Fire got a tip for us. Don't put anything outside near your indoor plants. Basil is growing AeroGuard, and they got spider mites. Wow.
Oh yeah, but here's another thing: spider mites fly.
Oh,
so yes, they do.
Bad enough being spider mites.
Yeah. So this is the Click and Grow right here. I don't know how to work this, y'all. Okay. Can y'all see it? Okay.
It's beautiful.
This is called Click. Okay, I'm terrible at camera stuff.
But we see it though.
This is a 9-pod system. This is just some tomatoes that I'm about to get some seeds out of. But these are the pods. And each one of them, you can put as many seeds as you want. This is calendula, which is also known as a pot marigold. This is a endive lettuce right here. This is my dwarf kale. And this is a, what is that? Cauliflower. Back there is some strawberries that have germinated, and all of this is from seed. These are some greens that I just love. They are so delicious. I can't pronounce the word, but I wrote it on there. CHIJIMIS. Those are the name of the greens, and they're delicious. And that's bok choy over there. And this is one of my carnivorous plants. This is the, I don't want to get it wrong, Pinguicula. And as you can see, it's doing its job. What's going on with the camera angle here? There we go. Can you see the fungus gnats?
I do see them.
And this is what this plant does. It eats fungus gnats. And it's a baby. It's not even full grown yet.
That is so cool.
Awesome.
So it's called a Pinguicula gigantica. And it's in the butterwort family.
Thank you so much. Let me see. DC said it looks like the system will work wonders for starts.
Yes.
Can you use them for your starts and then transplant them into the ground?
Yes.
Okay.
They work off the same system. Like I said, these pods, I don't think this one got anything in it. Let me see. They snap in and out like one of those coffee things I was telling you about. And then there's a pod inside. But it's bigger than the pod on the AeroGarden. And there is algae on that sponge. Ew. But yeah, you can use the hydrogen peroxide to control the algae.
That is so cute.
And I can show you my other Elphis. Hang on one time. Let me get over here, cause yeah.
Hang on, two times. Oh.
And I just lowered this system because it was like 4 units high. It's now 3 because I got tired of using my stepping stool to get up there for my stuff. But yeah, this is lettuce and stuff up here. This is bok choy. Same thing down here. This is callaloo. More bok choy. My favorite greens right here.
So I do have a question, G Mama. When they start to get that big, do you have to cut the roots a lot from the fit?
Yes.
Okay.
Even on transplanted plants, you don't want the roots all the way, through your system.
Okay.
But yeah, that's what I got growing on.
DC, okay. DC might have one coming soon. In his garage. South Florida Sunshine says she is in love with your system.
Thank you kindly.
And what was the name of that gnat eating plant again?
There's a bunch of them. This one is called a Pinguicula. They call them Ping for short, and it's in the butterwort family.
Okay. There we go.
Child, I'm trying to figure out how to get back. I can't even.
I tried to do a Venus flytrap one time, but I might have given it too much water or something.
Yeah, that's considered a carnivorous plant also. I don't have a Venus flytrap simply because I wanted something different.
Yeah.
But with carnivorous plants, they can only use distilled water. You can't use any other type of water on them but distilled water because of all of the chemicals that are in the water.
I use tap water.
Right. Minerals. I said that wrong. I said chemicals. I meant minerals.
So TWP said, cheers to your garden.
Thank you, TWP.
DC is excited because you got him thinking about a new project.
They can be made. I've built a lot of hydroponics. I just got tired of building them, and by me moving a lot, I lost a lot of pieces. So yeah, I got the systems that are already made, and I just keep my pieces together when I'm moving out. A lot better.
Welcome in, Love and Live Show. Love and Live Show. Anybody else have any other questions? Anybody else going live or anything? Thank you for popping up in general, girl.
Yes.
Anytime, because I was in there just typing. I was like, oh, I can't keep on doing this typing. Drop the link.
Okay, so next spring it starts. Okay, be on the lookout. He'll have something by next spring.
They are easy to build. It just depends on how you want to grow. How do you see your system? You know, how much you want to spend, because it can get expensive.
Okay. Let me see. So I gotta change the thing for tomorrow because I learned today that aerial gardening and it's kind of similar, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It just depends on the system. And that's why I say don't get fixated on AeroGarden, because there are a lot of hydroponic gardens out there. And yeah, that's just the one that everybody is advertising because this is what's being used a lot.
That's just the one that I got and I had.
Right.
So that's what I was familiar with.
And I've been growing in that Click and Grow for years. I don't know how long those AeroGardens last.
Well, and I lost interest in it because it took up too much space, and after the second or third go around, it wasn't performing.
Right.
So it was just, I said, forget it. I'll just grow in the garden.
I understand that, because it is a lot of work.
Jigs, how much longer before you get home?
I'm not going home. I'm going to my original home.
Oh. Okay.
I'm going all the way. No. I'm not going to that original home. I'm going to my family down here.
Oh, he in the country.
Digitizing.
Yeah. I'm in the country.
Love and Live say hello to everybody on the
Hello, Love and Live.
Love and Live show.
AeroGarden is just a name brand, and it traces back to Monsanto, but so does Miracle Grow. Okay.
Oh yeah.
G Mama, have you done herbs in your units?
Yeah, I got herbs in there right now. I got spearmint. I even got flowers in there. I got lavender, rosemary. Yeah, I can do herbs in there. Matter of fact, I use my herbs for my tea. I just propagated me some pineapple sage, because that's one of my favorites. And I'm gonna need that over the winter time.
Okay. Let me see. So today is today was Thursday. So all I can think of is Miss Shirley, the OG, going live, y'all, tonight. Is there anybody else you can think of?
Horizontal Bees at 8 Eastern Standard Time.
Odom's Homestead might go on at 9.
Oh, he's back on the block?
800. It's always an if.
Okay.
Hey, PIA.
Have a great day, PIA. I have a doctor appointment later too.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, PIA. Let me see.
You about to sign off?
Yeah, here in about 5-10 minutes. Yep. You know,
girl. Okay, well, I'm gonna go and head back down here in the chat because my phone's about to die. I gotta get to the charger.
All right.
Thank you, Miss T, for dropping that link and letting me up here show my junk off.
Anytime.
We enjoyed it.
right,
Miss
catch
T,
y'all later.
you
Bye-bye.
gotta stop it. You ate good yesterday.
I ate yesterday.
You ate good yesterday.
That was a whole 24 hours ago.
Okay, you should still be full.
You ain't even at home, sir. You on the road. Okay, so Stay Hall has a premiere set at noon our time. It's Eastern Standard, part one of the vacay during the Hurricane Beryl. Let's see. TWP saying hi to PIA. I was reading about some new GMO tomato cross with dragon fruit. And let's see, AeroGarden's Miracle Grow Hydro Solution. Thank y'all very much. I was looking for you the other day, South Florida Sunshine at 2:30. I'm all discombobulated with the live streams. Is it certain days that's 2:30? Is that just Fridays?
Well, I think she had a flare up. She didn't do her live.
Okay.
If I'm remembering right, because I've got the appointment coming up. The grandchildren are going to be with me. Yeah. We're going to be okay. We're going to do this.
We're going to get through it. We're going to get through it. But thank you, Jay, for letting us roll with you. Appreciate it.
All you got to do is hang on about a good another 15 minutes. We'll be there.
We got 15 minutes, don't we, Miss T?
We kind of do, kind of don't.
You know what, Miss T? If you hang on for 15 minutes, I'll show the house that was bought for me and my wife when we got married.
Okay. 15 minutes it is. Let's go see Jig's house.
Well, hopefully I'll be there before 15 minutes, but I just said 15 because I don't want you to have no problems while you're on here.
I was just gonna get food, protein, whatever.
Yeah. When I first met you, I told you need to have snacks by the computer. You remember that?
Vaguely.
Yeah, I'm all the way down. I'm all the way down here in the country, and everything is unchanged. I ain't been down here in a good while. Ooh.
So what are you guys doing with that house that you guys got?
You about to see.
Okay.
I said I was going to do video on it one day. I guess you might as well see it now. And you also got to remember this is back in 1990.
Okay.
The house was bought for me back in 1990. And me and my wife never did move in it because how the senior citizens are hard head. My grandmother bought it for me and the wife, and she didn't want to give me the deed for the house and the property. I think she was saying I wasn't smart enough or old enough for it, so she wouldn't give it to me. And the house just sit there and went to pieces.
G Mama Grows Hard says, thanks everyone. Hopefully you'll research your hydroponic choices very well if you're just starting.
Yes, research.
So I've been doing all that talking.
Double check and triple check.
I've been doing all that talking and y'all ain't heard nothing, huh?
You've been digitizing.
Yeah, you breaking in and out and stuff. All out there in the country.
Miss T, you're going to get snack boxes. Watch, the snack boxes are going to start showing up at your door.
Yeah. I'm living off of chocolate chip cookies.
Chocolate chip cookies sound good.
Oh. No, but it ain't about
One
me.
cookie every hour. One cookie every hour.
My stomach's like, feed me, Seymour.
And when the belly starts saying feed me, that's when we go feed it.
See, usually I was talking to my daughter, she was like, what are you eating on nowadays? I'm not there. I was like, soup. Whatever's around.
Whatever I want.
Yeah. Saturdays and Sundays is usually when I like.
You should tell you.
What do you say, Jed?
You should tell you eat. You should have told her you're eating good now that she's gone. You're only eating for one.
Okay. I still haven't made it to the grocery store.
Just get a tamago sando.
What is that?
Egg sandwich.
Let me see. Snacking can be very successful for weight loss. Okay.
Yeah, like if
I thought that.
if you keep supplying your body with the calories, it'll keep using it instead of holding on to it. Because when you don't eat, your system goes into like it wants to hold on to calories and fat cells, and so if you keep giving it snacks, it'll let go of it.
I'm determined. I'm gonna make my little chicken and potatoes that I got here. Maybe some green beans. I don't know, something.
I like green beans.
Because I'm at that point now, like, okay, I want real food now. Or I'm tired of eating soup, but I'm just like, it's just here. It's just, I just eat something simple.
Up now.
Okay, good to know because your girl's hungry. But who cares about what I feel? Who cares?
Really, Miss T?
Yeah.
Really, Miss
Apparently,
T?
you don't care.
Miss T.
Jigs.
Let me see.
Sarah's got a doctor's appointment. Got to get the grandkids, but whatever.
They won't be here till 11.
What's up, girl dad?
Hey, girl dad.
Well, that's another road I ain't never seen before. Ooh.
It got people-y in here.
Got people in here. Are you about to dip out, Miss T? I hear you talking about food. Yeah, I'm trying.
I'm trying to hold her in for at least about 3 more minutes.
I need to go to the store real bad, but I know I'm going to be like, ooh, this is on sale. This is on sale. And that little $20 bill is going to end up being $80.
Yep, it happens real quick. And then you forget the thing you went in there for in the first place.
Right.
I've done it. I'm guilty as charged.
Ooh, I made it down to the main road.
Jeez, thank you, Jesus.
Hey, I'm still in the country.
Are we there yet?
I know.
Are we there yet?
We got.
When are we going to get there?
We got about 2 minutes. We on the main road now.
I gotta pee.
Hey, it's a bunch of woods out here. Just drop it out.
Wow.
Drop it out.
Got a whole schedule now. Okay.
That's usually what I hear in the car. Are we there yet? And I gotta pee.
Now they got a park over here. There used to be a trailer park. Now it's a park.
Oh.
Man.
Fresh and Fire, Jack's about to show us his land.
Not the land, the house.
The house, sorry.
The land is too much to be shown.
Okay.
The house that's on the land.
So let me take that back. You see a portion of the land in.
Yes, the snacking, what you're snacking on does matter. If you go and get them Oreos all the time, that's going to give you hips.
Okay. I'm thinking about, I got the chicken I'm just going to grill up real quick, and I got some spring mix with the spinach and everything.
That's good.
Chicken on top. Ooh, an egg. Oh my. Look at God. Look at this white on Jags. What are you doing? 20 miles an hour?
Man, oh man. No, I'm just looking to see how this place done changed down here. Ooh. Made me think you'd never want to go back home.
Change is the only thing that's constant. Turn around twice and it's completely different.
Eating directly off the land and out of the water.
Now it might go in and out, Miss T, because I'm getting ready to go into the bushes.
Wow. You gotta do all this now. Now you about to disappear.
And it got a sign say internet available.
I want those people to get hungry and get angry.
You get hangry.
Angry.
I feel that because I do too.
You know the good part of that, Miss T?
What?
I'm not there for you to touch me.
You like Snickers, Miss T?
I do. I had my chocolate already. Now I'm ready. Like, I want some food now.
Have a Snickers with that commercial.
I'm about to hook this little salad up. Chicken and egg, and little sunflower seeds, whatever I can find.
All these look like somebody just threw a whole bunch of what's the name of them pods? Anyway, they got flowers along the whole ditch coming up here now.
Fresh and Fire said, "Quit sightseeing, Jags, and put your foot on that gas."
You late? I'm here. I be here. What? You could barely see my house.
Are you there? Are you still driving? I still see.
I'm here. I'm pulling up to it. Oh Lord.
Me and Sarah got things to do.
Hey, I need to be around here to do some work.
I'm just
Looks like you're gonna be coming back more.
Oh, get my hat.
Hard talking to us. Do. All right, let me zoom you in. All right.
I'm not in the car. Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
I can hear you.
Okay. This is the entrance. See all that white line?
That's a lot of land.
Now, if you can see that yellow house right there.
That's your house?
Yeah, that's my house. That's the house that was bought for me when me and the wife got married, and it looked
You've got a lot of work to do.
It looked nothing like this back then. And all the trees and everything that grew up around here. That's my cousin's house on that side, but all the stuff done growed up big time.
Okay.
And I was gonna come and put some bees down here. I mean, put a box down here to catch some bees. But I don't even want to walk in all that crap.
Welcome in, Grammy, and I will live there instead of in town, said BCBs.
Well, the only problem is we didn't move here because she wouldn't give me the paperwork. And now that she's gone, I got all the paperwork.
South Florida Sunshine said she didn't see the house. That is a lot of work. That's a lot of trees.
Yes, it is. And the dirt done build up so much you had to walk up. You had to get on some bricks to walk in. Now you practically can step on the inside. The only good thing about this is it looks pitiful from the outside, but this is that old lumber that they used to have, and the inside is still good. You just
foundation, okay?
Yes, you got to get a good team to come in and clean this fella out real good.
Some bush hogging.
Now let me cut the trees down first.
Are you about to clear all that, Jigs? Said Fred.
No, I come to see this one. I didn't come to see this one. I came to see the one on the other side because they told me that there was markers out here. People were surveying the land, and I didn't get any surveys, so I need to find out why they're surveying my property.
Oh.
I don't want nobody to try to steal nothing because I've got this over here on the other side of this house. I have property, and then, well, I'm not going to show you the other one, but I'm going down the road about 1,000 yard, and I'm gonna get some banana trees out of the yard over there. I'm gonna get some pups. But I'm not gonna hold you no more. You saw what my wedding house was like.
Well, thank you, Jigs.
Hey, it didn't look nothing like this when we first got it. It was beautiful and all that, and folks then came and stole all the stuff up out of there and everything. But that's all right.
Well, you can make it into something
Yeah, I'm
My
eventually.
brain, sorry, it derailed right on the word.
Eventually, I'm gonna come down here and clean it up and make this a house. I don't think none of my kids want to move to the country, but it'll be available. I want to move to the country, but I need 150 acres.
Oh wow, it's a lot
Right.
of acres.
Well, I plan on having. No, I only got 2 kids, but I plan on them having a bunch of kids, and they could live on the acreage. They could do all they want to do. They just can't sell it.
Mm.
But I'm not gonna hold y'all because I got to do some more running around and looking
I ain't
at
not gonna
here.
hold it.
I'm not hungry, but I'm gonna let you go, Miss T.
All right, thank you, Jigs. Have a good
Yes,
time at your appointment with the grandbaby, Sarah.
I will try. Thanks, Miss T. You guys have a wonderful day. Stay safe out there, everybody.
All right, you have
Glad to see you in the chat when you
Bye, everybody.